Cooking up. What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz, the adult. It happened, man. Taco, what's good? Will Sanchez, what's up, man? How things going, man? Yeah, man. I'm gonna let some people come on in, man. Some of my show business partners. I know you on. The night after. So, what's up? I mean, they can hear you. So, ShowBizz the kid, what's going on? Word. Man, I'm doing good, man. It's the day after, man. Everything we got all the answers we wanted. Good afternoon, Sophie. What's going on with you, man? Hey, congratulations, man, on winning a Hard Knock Nights prize, man. Congratulations. Man, yeah, man, it's the day after, man. I mean, we got some answers. We got a lot of answers, man, and I just want some people to come on in so we can talk this up. So we can, we have a lot to talk about. I've been on Twitter, everything else. Oh, man, dude. Hey, look, man, you deserve it. I mean, you're very busy, man, and I appreciate you for, viewing my channel and everything and building my reputation. So, thanks a lot. So really, it's thanking you. Yeah, all right, so yeah, let's talk it up, man. So, Porter won. I was pleasantly surprised. Okay, and I'm gonna say it like this. I thought Danny Garcia was going to beat Shawn Porter. Okay. Hey, Off Kilter, what's up, man? Congratulations for winning ShowBizz the Hard Knock Nights prize. I thought Danny Garcia was gonna win. All right. Because I thought he was going to play the football. He was going to fight the football player, Shawn Porter. He ended up fighting the boxer, Shawn Porter. So my apologies to Shawn Porter. My apologies to Kenny Porter. Okay, I thought this guy was one-dimensional. That's all I've seen. And I've actually said on one of my videos that guy has no wrinkles in his game. And what did he do? He outboxed Danny Garcia from the outside, and he roughed him up inside, and he gave feints, he gave different looks, he was athletic, and that guy looked like he could have won another 15 rounds. I had to give him love. Combat Sport Games, what's going on, man? Salute to you. So, I mean, I got to give him mad love, and I'm going to say this. I was absolutely wrong, okay? It was almost like I was campaigning on how one-dimensional Shawn Porter was, how much of a football player he was. Yeah, he's a shapeshifter. I mean, how many things did I have to say about Kenny Porter, right? And what did he do? He out-trained Angel Garcia. Danny Garcia did not train for this fight, for that type of fighter. So much love, my hat's off, first and foremost, to Shawn Porter, okay? Now, let's talk about the aftermath. Errol Spence jumps in the ring, and Showtime did the correct thing with allowing Errol Spence to come into the ring after the Shawn Porter fight, just like they allowed Shawn Porter to come in after the Danny Garcia win over Rios. They allowed the same thing for Errol Spence. They also did a great job with every time they showed Errol Spence in the crowd, they showed Keith Thurman. Every time they showed Keith Thurman, they showed Errol Spence. I even have a picture with both of them together in the crowd. So that was a beautiful thing. They allowed Errol Spence to come in. Errol Spence calls out Shawn Porter. But the way Shawn Porter responded, I give him the utmost respect on how he sounded like a true champion. He sounded like an adult. He sounded very mature. He said this is going to be the easiest fight to make. I like when he tapped him on the shoulder and he said, I'll see you soon, I'll see you soon. That was just, he sounded like a gladiator. He sounded great. He sounded, yeah, and Chase Money, yeah. Shawn Porter's a great man, and guess what? He's a great champion. He's a great champion. because he could easily say, I haven't held on to the belt. Let me get this win and let me fight you guys. Let me fight some guys and hold on to the belt for a while. No, he's going to defend it against Errol Spence. So you have a guy who has fought Kell Brook, Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, and is going to fight Errol Spence. And Adrian Broner. You have a guy who's actually now the most busy one in the welterweight division. I give Shawn Porter all the utmost respect, all the love, and I think he's representing exactly what we beg for. Yeah, he has a great attitude, great sportsmanship. I mean, that's a great champion, okay? I do have Errol Spence being too big for him, but I tell you this, I am done counting the man out. I'm done. I'm done counting him out. What I think Danny Garcia do after this? Okay, let's do it like this. I'm sick of the Floyd Mayweather undefeated, that whole idea that if you lose, it's like, uh-oh. Look, let me tell you something. Wilfred Benitez lost. Sugar Ray Leonard lost against Duran. Duran lost. Hagler lost. Hearns lost, got knocked out by Sugar Ray Leonard, came back. Look, let me tell you something. Danny Garcia has 2 losses. What he has to do, fight you guys, fight Keith Thurman again, fight Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? It's just a loaded division. They got to fight each other. Fight Mikey Garcia. Yeah, well, absolutely. But here's the thing about Danny Garcia. He prepared for 8 weeks for Shawn Porter. What I saw, I wouldn't have prepared for that. And he looked like a fish out of water at times. Like, wait a minute, I have to fight a brand new fight. That's difficult. And by the time that he kind of try to figure it out, the fight's over. So, man, Shawn Porter, he fought a wonderful fight. It was very close. All these guys are close. This dude said, if Garcia fights Garcia, I got Garcia. Porter's a dirty fighter? Not last night. But, okay, so I have nothing negative to say about Shawn Porter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you guys can miss me with saying something negative about Shawn Porter. I hated his fighting style. But last night, he did his thing. But just to switch for a quick second, we know Errol Spence and Shawn Porter are going to fight. They don't care about fighting each other. Much love to Errol Spence for finally getting the opportunity to be a champion, like to be somebody, to be the face. He has the opportunity to be the face of the welterweight division. It would be a great fight. CG, absolutely. So, for Errol Spence to get the opportunity that he has now, he deserves it. I've been hearing about this guy since he gave Floyd Mayweather a black eye, since he knocked out Adrian Broner, all that in sparring, right? So, he deserves it. Whatever you feel, Shawn Porter won last night. Absolutely. And there was times he was jumping in with the feint, like he was giving different looks, and I mean, it was like, is he playing? Nah, he knew what he was doing. Here's the thing, though. There was a moment in the 4th round when Porter smiled at Danny Garcia. That sent a message to me. I got your timing. I figured, because the first 3 rounds, Danny Garcia was actually in control. But that 4th round, Shawn Porter was like, yep. And from there on out, dang, I have to give him love for that. But I'm a huge fan of both. But just to switch gears, just a little bit, allow me to switch gears a little bit. Much love to Errol Spence. I saw him switch. Porter switched to southpaw and everything. But much love to Errol Spence for finally getting the opportunity. Here's the funny part. You guys know that I'm gradually becoming less of a critic of Keith Thurman. All right? Because I need Keith Thurman to be one time. I'm calling him one more time, actually. I'm going to start a movement to call him one more time, just to put a battery in his back so he can be one time again. So I'm going to call him Keith one more time Thurman. Okay? Come back to what you were. Okay? But the only thing I'm going to criticize, the only thing I'm going to criticize about Keith Thurman is I saw the interview on Showtime when Keith Thurman said I would have the winner between Danny Garcia and Shawn Porter because I want my belt back. I I don't have a problem with Keith Thurman wanting his W. What's up, man? With Keith Thurman wanting his WBC belt back. I have no problem with that. But I have a problem with him thinking that he was going to get the winner because I think he's still caught in that mentality. You know, what did I call it? The Floyd Mayweather effect. That the champion was going to be a champion and wait for him to get a warm-up fight and come back and fight the winner between them two. No. Who you're going to have to fight is the winner between Shawn Porter and Errol Spence. You're not going to get the opportunity to fight this next fight, be Shawn Porter's next fight. No. Yeah. You know, thanks, Will. Sophie, I think Shawn Porter and Kenny Porter, they're blue collar. Um, they're very serious, but I think this was very unique to Danny Garcia. They looked at Danny Garcia and said he doesn't have good feet. He's plotty. He's flat-footed. So they chose that style for Danny Garcia. They bet not do that with Errol Spence because Errol Spence loves to hunt. So if you call yourself dancing around, especially when you're little Shawn Porter dancing around, that's not going to work. He better stay in Errol Spence's guts. The thing is, though, I'm not sure what kind of fight he has to fight to beat Errol Spence. You see, when Errol Spence came in the ring, dude, he casted a shadow over Shawn Porter. That dude is way too big for Shawn Porter, man. Way too big. And he's too technically sound for Shawn Porter. Really. Really, dude. But for Keith Thurman, if Keith Thurman is going to have to fight the winner between Shawn Porter and Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear anything from Keith Thurman saying otherwise. True IQ, that's how I feel. But I'm tired of counting the man out. Yeah, I saw that when Errol Spence was like, "Don't duck me, son." I love that, dude. I love that. Yeah, but I forgot who said it, but you're right. Keith Thurman sound extremely hungry when he said he want his green belt back, right? But that's because he was assuming that he was going to take on the winner between Danny Garcia and Shawn Porter, which is the same rhetoric he's been saying forever, that he wanted Shawn Porter again. He wanted a rematch between Danny Garcia and himself or Shawn Porter and himself. Okay? I want that same energy if Errol Spence beat Shawn Porter. Yeah, Thurman said that. Yeah, Errol Spence was mocking Keith Thurman. That's right. He needs a warm-up fight. Errol Spence was throwing shade against Terrence Crawford too. Okay, so, but he did say that Terrence Crawford was an A fighter. He did say that him and Terrence Crawford was on the same level. He just said that Terrence Crawford hasn't fought anybody. Okay, and that it was smoke and mirrors. Okay, but I suggest this. Are you guys following Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford on Twitter? Dude, they're going back and forth as we speak. I wouldn't even mind if any of you just jumped off just to look at that and jump back on into this room. Because they're going back and forth talking mad trash. Yes, Lord. You saw that? Yeah, you saw that? Uh-huh. They're talking mad trash, and I love it, you know. But the thing is, there's easier fights to make with Al Heyman, right? Anybody that's in that camp. So Shawn Porter and Errol Spence is going to be easy to make, you know. I think Danny Garcia, go ahead, fight Mikey Garcia and stuff like that and get that together. Okay, so let me ask you this. You guys think that that's the hype fight? look like The Rock. Are you sure? Okay, which one's the bigger money fight? Terrence Crawford against Errol Spence or Errol Spence against Keith Thurman? Yeah, he was right about Gamboa. But I know, but which one is the big money fight? The reason why I ask is, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that, man. But the reason why I ask is, yeah, the reason why I ask that is Terrence Crawford has a belt, so does Keith Thurman. He has a WBA. WBO, WBA, right? So if Errol Spence, I'm going to say if, because I'm done counting out Shawn Porter. But if Errol Spence beats Shawn Porter and has the IBF and the WBC, okay, he has to go on a unification hunt, right? So who is he going to fight first? Terrence Crawford for the WBA? Maybe it's whoever he has an easier chance making a fight with, okay? And he has to defend the IBF title against you guys. Spence versus Thurman, over. So you think, right. You may be right. You may be right. You may be right. Yeah. Wait for Crawford. Because really, let Crawford beat Mikey Garcia or get a win over a Danny Garcia. Let him fight Danny. I don't know if he'll beat Danny Garcia. Let him fight a Danny Garcia. See where he's at. You think Keith quit boxing because of... That's how I was thinking, bro. But I'm hearing his injuries were nasty. Yeah. I'm going to say this. From what I've been hearing, that Errol Spence and Canelo fight is a huge possibility. But I want to see Errol Spence conquer 147 first. Yep, not happening until Spence unified. Yeah, man, Duncan, that's what I'm thinking. Keith Thurman, the injuries is really what did it. I think Keith was trying to be Floyd Mayweather. I think he was trying to hype up and build up these big fights, and his injuries got in the way. Thurman will fight Crawford before Spence. Canelo sucks. Yeah, Spence versus Canelo would be serious business. But I think let Spence get to 154 and stuff like that first. I was going to say something about let Terrence Crawford fight Danny Garcia. Who knows? Danny Garcia could probably beat Terrence Crawford. If that happens, let's stop. They all have to fight each other. Errol Spence got to fight Danny Garcia too. They all got to fight each other. Who knows? Mikey Garcia may beat a Danny Garcia. You know what I'm saying? They all have to fight each other. Okay, but they have to fight each other though. What's a good fight? We're working on that, bro. We're actually working on a TV show, but that's like later, man. I got so much to do with this video game and everything. Yeah, that's a good fight. Garcia and Crawford is a great fight. Both Garcia and Crawford. Mikey Garcia against Crawford is a great fight. Danny Garcia against Crawford is a great fight. These are hard fights to call. This is the thing, dude. I am done. I am thoroughly done saying that one person going to whitewash anybody. Okay? These guys are way too close. They're beating each other by 3 punches, fam. Did you look at the copy box numbers of the Danny Garcia and the Shawn Porter fight last night? Yo, those numbers were close. All these guys are razor thin close. This is just a great class. A great class, man. Shoot, you let Danny Garcia train for the Shawn Porter that showed up last night, and in a rematch, Danny Garcia may win. I want to see Mikey and Crawford as well. Amir Khan, right? Amir Khan is good. Hold on. mad love and respect to Hard Knock Nights Live, very own Samuel Vargas, for that slugfest he put on. Dude, that is exactly why Samuel Vargas is going to be in our video game. Because he represents Hard Knocks. And we loved it, dude. When I was watching that, I was like, Q, that dude, perfect pick. I mean, his nose were just broke across his face. He still put it on. Yeah, that was a nice fight. That was a nice fight, man. Boxing wish list. What's up to you, man? Salute. I see the hard work you put on, man. No. Amir Khan, dude. Amir Khan versus Michael Garcia isn't a good fight. Look, Amir Khan's gonna fight Pacquiao soon, right? Yeah, he rocked Khan twice and dropped him. He hurt him bad at the end of the ninth round. But Amir Khan's gonna fight Pacquiao. Okay, Amir Khan is still a formidable opponent. He's a better opponent than you guys for these guys. He'll push these guys. You know, it's just, yeah. All right, I shouldn't have said that. That's bad. That's bad. Pacquiao's a shell of himself. That's bad. That's okay. Let's get off. No, that's bad. My bad. He don't need to retire, man. Okay. Hold on. Everybody. Time out. I think he'll beat Pacquiao too, but I think we are putting far too much weight on winning all your fights. Amir Khan and Samuel Vargas was an excellent event. It was great for anybody. If you're a casual or pugilist, it's great to see slugfest like that. If you put on a performance like that, where it's a great show, I want to see you again. Yeah, he has a weak chin, but I'm saying, does he put on a good show? Right? Adrian Broner against Amir Khan. Yeah, let's entertain. You saw how boring that you guys' fight was? You know what I'm saying? He won. Okay, he won. He has a great record. But look at his fight. You know what I'm saying? So let's... Styles can make boxing wish list. You keep it at 100, man. I know Vargas personally. That dude's a problem every time. Okay, Danny Garcia and Errol Spence put that work, but they hit hard. Star Killer, what's up with you, man? Nice to see you back in here, brother, man. You did a lot last night. Yeah, Broner should retire. Okay, God Melanin, right. And that's what ShowBizz the Adult is about. ShowBizz the Adult, I know I joke around, and I'm happy you guys find it entertaining. I joke around, I have fun, I'm always in the 80s, stuff like that. But the point is to make boxing fun, okay? And maybe bring in some casuals and slip in something that can educate them a bit so they don't look at a guy and say, he's not undefeated, he's not good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these guys are warriors, man, and boxing is a hard hustle. That's a tough hustle. BK, still on, man. What's up with you, baby? Right, Broner is entertaining. He's a character. I don't know what to say about Broner, bro. I really don't. Oh, man, thanks, man. CG, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Did mine? Well, I thought my house was about to catch on fire. That's what I'm talking about. Adrian Broner versus Danny Garcia. Stuff like that. That's great. Mayweather wannabe clone. Yeah. But that's what he gets. He learned his lesson. And Keith learned his lesson too. There's only one Mayweather. Okay? He was the businessman. He tried to lay out the blueprint. But even to Floyd Mayweather, not everybody can do it like him. That's over with. Now let's get back to Julian the Hawk Jackson, Nigel Benn, Chris Eubanks, Roy Jones Jr., James Toney, let's get back to all that. Terry Norris, Camacho. Let's get back to the days where people were just scrappers. Just like what I saw when Errol Spence called out Shawn Porter, when Shawn Porter said that legacy was greater than your pockets. Real talk. What about the Charlo brothers? That's my only problem with Spence fighting Canelo so early. I want to see Charlo on them. I want to see Charlo against Triple G. I want to see Charlo against Canelo. I want to see that. I want to see those fights. I want to see them. Look, Jamal Charlo, he's doing this thing in middleweight. 154 is almost as talented as 147. So let 154 do the 147 thing for a minute before Errol Spence and them jump in there. Charlo nice. Broner is born. Josh Kelly. Oof. We're about the hands, not the bands. That's right. Dude, the money management is on you. And the money is going to work its way. How about this? Believe in the fans. Okay? Make the fight. Believe in the fans. Don't try to confuse the fans and then have a showcase like Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao, where it was born. Okay? Don't confuse us. Shawn Porter, Errol Spence make the fight. Y'all fight. If it's one of those legendary fights, run it back in a rematch and you'll get your money there. You know what I'm saying? Believe in the fans. Believe in the fans. The money's going to work its way out. But the legacy, though, you can't buy that. Ah, man. See, you guys are making good points everywhere else. Round robins. Y'all making some good points about other stuff. Somebody said that Canelo, he doesn't have the fights. I actually like Canelo's resume. Yeah, man, I got big eyes, man. Always did. And they, if they pop out, call an ambulance or something and holler at me. Call the ambulance for me, man. I probably won't be able to see my phone so I can dial in. Terrence Crawford against Amir Khan. See, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I got that nasty left, baby. No, I didn't hear that David Hayes making a comeback. But let's talk about this aftermath, man. Let's talk about, okay, how many of you think Shawn Porter and Danny Garcia should have a rematch? Yeah, we're going to do our Twitch thing. Yeah, I do too. I think Shawn Porter and Danny Garcia should run that back. It doesn't have to be right back. Of course, he's going to fight Errol Spence. But if Shawn Porter loses against Errol Spence or win against Errol Spence, Danny Garcia deserves a rematch. Garcia was confused. So was I. Yeah, BK. Yeah, man. 30-0, man. 28 KOs. Oh, speaking of my record, this is the first time I was actually wrong in a prediction since I started my channel. And I'm proud of it. I'm proud that Shawn Porter proved me wrong. And I'm proud for Shawn Porter because I was getting a little bit sad that Shawn Porter never... Yeah. I was getting a little sad that Shawn Porter never got to the next level. And now he's holding on to the green belt. Beautiful thing, man. You had Danny winning? Okay, if you have Danny winning, that's because you probably... If you had Danny winning, that's probably because you thought he landed some extremely significant punches. You know, it's a close fight. It's a close fight. Yeah, God. But I'm happy that Shawn Porter proved me wrong. I'm happy that he proved me wrong. Another thing, I was getting under Kenny Porter's skin a bit. You know what I'm saying? With all the stuff I was talking. Um, and I would love to have a discussion with Kenny Porter. So he could just unleash like, hey man, you're pissing me off. But on record, I'm proud of them guys, man. I love their relationship. And, you know, he's about to run into Errol Spence. Another thing, how many people thought that Shawn Porter was afraid of Errol Spence and ducking Errol Spence? Then we found out that Shawn Porter just had stuff he needed to handle with Danny Garcia. Yeah, he's been dressed with the belt colors for a minute. You're talking about Stavern nasty. You knew he wasn't scared? Man, dude, I never thought he was scared. I never thought he was scared. I just thought it was like, dang, I gotta run it back. I gotta fight Earl. Y'all pressure me to fight Earl as soon as I get the belt. Yeah, he old school, man. I give that man mad love, man. Speaking of which, when we were talking about Danny Garcia, what should he do? Should he do next? Maybe he should fight Sammy Vargas. You saw fight Sammy Vargas again. Danny Garcia needs a reset. Just a quick reset. Yes, he did. When are they dropping the new fight night? All right, man. I'm not really, should call Paulie. I'm not really pushing the fight night thing like I used to because I have my own video game that I'm pushing. Yeah, speaking of going to church, man, Kenny Porter can't dress at all, bro. Dog, his suits be weird. But it's his own clothing line, so I represent that. How about that? But yeah, so what do you think? What exactly? So what do you think about what Keith Thurman should do next? I mean, yeah, what should Keith Thurman do next? Now he see that Porter, he's gone. Porter's about to fight Errol Spence. Danny Garcia is wide open. Keith Thurman needs a warm-up. After the warm-up, is he hunting for his WBC title and fighting Errol Spence? If Errol Spence, you think he's going to stay away? See, man, dude, there's no respect for Thurman anymore. Yeah, fight like a kind of... Look, Keith, one more time. I'm about to push it, man. And you guys know. You guys know. Thanks, man. Thank you. His passion seems gone. No! Dude, you guys know my very first... All my day ones know that my very first video for my channel was me just shitting on Keith Thurman, right? I'm about to campaign for Keith Thurman to come back. Come back hard. Keith, one more time, Thurman, dog. No, Star Killer. Keith, one more time. No, not one time. Keith, one more time. You know what? You guys go to... Here comes a series of videos from ShowBizz Little Dog. T-Buddy. I was never... No. Hold on. Let me clear this up about how I feel about Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman hurt my feelings. That's what happened. I love Keith. Keith Thurman was my favorite fighter back when Broner was like at 135. Okay, Keith Thurman was my boy. Back when Keith Thurman wasn't really together yet. Keith Thurman was my favorite, okay? And everything that he was saying was the polar opposite of how Floyd was talking. Talking about he's not afraid to let his O go and he's going to take the fight game back to where it was. I loved Keith Thurman. When I saw how Keith Thurman was purposely avoiding Errol Spence, I don't care who you are, I hate that type of personality. I hate that type of heart. I really do. So I called him out on it. And the reason why I paid attention to it so much and it affected me so much is because I was a huge fan of his. Now that he's been gone and been all married and all that, dude, I'm like, come on back. One more time. One more time. I had Porter by 2 rounds. I thought Porter pretty much took it the 11th and 12th round. You're right. Keith Thurman needs to go down the yellow brick road. Ask the Wizard of Oz for a heart, man. Get some courage and a brain. And then be ready, man. Be ready to take on, you know, the fighter, the winner between Errol Spence and Showtime. That dude needs to ease on down. He needs to ease on down the road. He needs to ease on down the road and go to the Wiz and get that, dog. He got to get gangster with it. 116, 112? That sounds good to me. And why every tune-up is against Berto? There was a minute where Berto was the truth, man. No, one more time, Thurman. All right, so check this out. Nobody was calling out Errol Spence. When we say nobody, let's look at it from this perspective. Keith Thurman was avoiding Errol Spence, but he could afford to because Errol Spence didn't get a belt yet. Once he got the IBF, the heat, just like this fire, was breathing down his neck. That was Errol Spence. I'm Keith Thurman, okay? But then he got injured right after that, and he was able to go ahead and leave, all right? Shawn Porter and Danny Garcia wanted each other. They wanted each other. Terrence Crawford was calling out Errol Spence. So really it's like this. Now from hindsight perspective, and Mikey Garcia called out Errol Spence. So really we're talking about 3 guys. Keith Thurman, Shawn Porter, and Danny Garcia. Keith Thurman purposely avoided. He was avoiding Errol Spence. That's just what it is, okay? Danny Garcia and Shawn Porter, were they avoiding Errol Spence or they just wanted each other? They wanted they wanted each other, okay? Now that it's over and that's clear and done for, Shawn Porter said, let's get it. So, I mean, really, one guy was avoiding Errol Spence. That was Keith Thurman. And I'm happy Keith Thurman let his belt go. That WBC belt. I love that. I like to call Spence the modern day Hagler. But Keith Thurman, the best thing Keith Thurman did for the welterweight division was let go of his belt. Because everybody was fighting nobodies and stagnant because everybody was shooting for Keith Thurman. And Keith Thurman wasn't doing anything. How popular and how talented the welterweight division was, it wasn't doing anything with Keith Thurman as the champion. So Shawn Porter may be a better champion than Keith Thurman, potentially. Let's talk about, like I said earlier. Yeah, he thinks in the ring. I got it. He's a great fighter. We know that. Don, you're funny. But let's discuss this. Let's discuss this. When it's all said and done, yo, Shawn Porter may be the guy who fights them all. Okay, let's think about this. After Errol Spence, if Terrence Crawford has to fight Shawn Porter to get to Errol Spence, Shawn Porter fought them all. Okay, Kell Brook, Errol Spence, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman. Only thing left is Terrence Crawford. And he fought Adrian Broner. dude, I don't like the way Shawn Porter fight. When I look at how he fight, I'm like, but as a man, as a boxer, he is great for the sport. Yeah, he's a big guy, like not his fighting style. I feel you saying. So who's Leonard? Terrence Crawford? He's too small for Errol? Because he was 154. He came into a fight 154 when he was fighting at 140. So talent, if he can box, so I'm not sure. He's too skillful. So I think he's all right. Everyone knows Spence is the truth, man. Everyone knows Spence is the truth. When the Charlo brothers said that Errol Spence punched too hard, that they are bigger men, and they're saying he punched too hard. Man. Cover distance and play football. You think they tied? You saw it again? I'll watch it again. I am Duran, man. A boxer with sidestepping movement and a great uppercut will stop who? Shawn Porter. Speaking of an uppercut, Shawn Porter was landing a great uppercut against Danny Garcia. But yeah, I agree. Look. Look, man. Let's stop firing off against Shawn Porter, man. We love boxing. We must respect what he's doing. Period. Yeah. He's going to rush Errol Spence, but he can't push Errol Spence back. Okay? So he can rush him all he wants. Do you guys remember Shawn Porter against Kell Brook? Kell Brook is a big welterweight. He was a big welterweight. Kell Brook beat him because he couldn't move Kell Brook. And then Kell Brook was moving him and was landing all the punches he needed to. Right? So he controlled him physically. When Shawn Porter can't outbull you, can't muscle you, it gets tough for him. But Shawn Porter was able to do what he wanted against Danny Garcia because Danny Garcia has extremely flat feet. So he was able to box on outside, jump in. He was able to be too far and too close. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened there. With Errol Spence is too big, too tall for him to do anything at a distance. And he's too strong physically for Shawn Porter to do anything on the inside. So I do have Errol Spence working Shawn Porter. Yeah, I love. There was a minute where I was thinking Shawn Porter was, the Beast Mugabe of the division. Had a couple good wins, but couldn't quite get over the. I think he's a little bit better than that. The reason why I one time hurt Errol is because Errol he shows vulnerability at a distance. And one time needs distance and he loves creating distance. So yeah, he can, that's a great fight. The only fighter I think that can beat Errol Spence truly is Terrence Crawford. But if I put my money on it, I'm putting it on Errol Spence. Real talk. Yeah, I think Keith Thurman has a glass body, and Errol Spence is the best body puncher in the game. How many people has he knocked out with body shots? And if you hit Keith Thurman with a great body shot, he feels it. Collazo did it. Danny Garcia definitely did it, and Shawn Porter was doing it. Shawn Porter was pushing Keith Thurman. He was able to cut off Keith Thurman and push him back and do his thing against the ropes. If Errol Spence cut off the ring and get Thurman on the ropes, game over. Game over. Because Errol Spence doesn't smother his own shots. Yeah, Shawn Porter threw a triple jab. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't think Pacquiao will give Errol Spence a good fight. Thurman defeated, yeah, right. Thurman has proven to be better than Shawn Porter and Danny Garcia. So, he is a formidable opponent. He's somewhere, he's undefeated. He is somewhere between Danny Garcia, Shawn Porter, and Errol Spence. Because I still see Errol Spence, I see him as the man of the division. I don't know, man. I don't know about that, Shaquille. The reason why I don't know is that dude has a glass body and he doesn't clench on the inside. He covers up. And if you do that while Errol Spence is ripping to your body, Joe, I just think, man, in the middle of the ring, Keith's going to be doing his thing. But Keith danced so much that you can get him against the ropes like Collazo did. Yeah, he does. But Errol Spence has a way of pushing you back. T-Money, you have a good point in the sense that Thurman's knockouts, he hasn't been one time in a while. He hasn't hit somebody one time and knocked him out, right? So Thurman is losing power how he's punching because he's punching off his back foot. So he's not stopping people from moving. He has to sit down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So Keith Thurman doesn't have power when he's punching, dancing backwards. That's why he hasn't knocked anybody out. You know what I'm saying? Right, but he shows enough whatever to be a tank. My thing is, the head movement thing is hard. It's hard to knock out Errol Spence, but you can probably outbox him. Probably, if you're talented enough, which is why I think Terrence Crawford shows the right footwork and angles to make it extremely difficult. But I still got Errol Spence winning that. Hold on, Trey. The Ghost said that Keith Thurman punches harder than Danny Garcia. He punched hard, but he was able to punch the Ghost hard because he was sitting down. Don't forget, he hurt Danny Garcia twice when he traded and sat down. My thing is, against Errol Spence, he's going to dance. He's not going to sit down because Errol Spence is going to counter to the body. Once he feels that, Keith is going to dance, and that's when he loses power. Kell Brook is at 154. Thanks, Trey. Kell Brook is at 154, man. Amir Khan is calling out Kell Brook. You heard about that? You know, so that's a possible fight. I don't know if, what is Amir Khan? Is he going to be 150? What is he going to be? 147, 154? What is he? Oh, he's moving back down. Wait, hold on. They say he is moving back down. Wait a minute. Is Kell Brook moving back down? BK, how you know that? I'm asleep. So he, word? Okay. Okay. Danny Garcia and Kell Brook. Terrence Crawford, Kell Brook. Thurman, Kell Brook. Eddie Hearn said that Kell Brook is moving back down. So, wait a minute. Hold on. I thought he had trouble making the weight. You big, I like you, bang. Hold on, guys. Hold on now. Now, I'm not even running the show anymore, dog. You guys running the show. Wait a second. Khan will only fight him at 147. Brook only wants Khan. So he's only willing to move down to 147 to fight Khan. But he's not going to campaign at 147. Yeah, Shaq, I agree. I'm still interested in what y'all saying. Oh, he's not campaigning at 147. Emil was like, okay. Okay. All right, man. Okay. Okay, thanks. Okay. All right. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Kell Brook going to be at 154, pretty much, right? Okay. But there you go. There you go. Hey, BK, I have a question for you about Eddie Hearn. Is he loved out there in the UK? Because in the States, a lot of us have got problems. We have a problem with Eddie Hearn. Oh, so he's loved in the UK. Okay. Hey, man, Tank beats. Tank is the dude. Okay. Okay. So, you know, Eddie Hearn got love. Oh, okay. That's true, too. No promoter is love. Everybody will fight Pac-Man. Did you hear Keith Thurman say that in that Showtime interview? That he'll fight Pac-Man? Like, God. My God, dude. That dude is really... I want one more time. Keith, one more time, Thurman. Fight Charlo. So, okay, so here's the thing about Errol Spence. Somebody said, does Errol Spence bully everybody and then go up to 154? Pretty much. You know, and I think the saying is running out. It kind of reminds me of, don't get me confused, Errol Spence is no Roy Jones. It just reminds me of how Roy Jones was too heavily muscled to stay at middleweight. He was ridiculous at middleweight, but he just couldn't do it. Yeah, I would like Pac-Man. You know, hey, man, Pac-Man needs to... How about Danny Garcia against Jeff Horn? I be hearing funny things about Al, but I love what he's doing for the boxing game. Yeah, Shaq, Jeff Horn against Danny Garcia. Look, man, Danny Garcia only has 2 losses. Dude, Danny Garcia only has two losses. Let him get... Yeah, but let him get his off. You know what I'm saying? Let Danny Garcia... Yeah. Yeah. Think about these guys. Think about Alexis Arguello. Think about Pepino Cuevas, right? Think about these legends. These legends who've had, you know, a few losses under their belt. You know what I'm saying? I think Danny Garcia is, he's not, what do you call that? What do you call those guys? Not a journeyman, but one of those, like what Collazo is, like the truth teller. Like you have to beat Danny Garcia to represent. I think Danny Garcia is still, after last night, I think he was just out game planned. Yo, because the logs keep falling, dog. I don't know. I'm thinking something's it's about to go out in a minute. When the fire goes out, the show is about over. He was out. Yeah, he was out work. He and Danny seemed demoralized. You know what I'm saying? I knew something was horribly wrong. Do you think we could see Vargas fight, Josh? I'll talk to his promoter. Lee Baxter is his promoter. Um, Great promoter, great young promoter. Um, the future of Canada, pretty much when it comes to boxing. Um, After what happened with Samuel Vargas and Amir Khan, um, and people thirsting for Sam Vargas, I think he will be getting those fights that people will enjoy. Hey, I heard that, dog. I heard that. Here's the thing about Errol Spence, all right? Errol Spence is a great fighter. I think he's the best at 147. But he doesn't have the greatest resume. He mentioned his resume, but he doesn't have the greatest resume. But it's not a fault of his. People been avoiding him for whatever reason or another. Yeah, he was, you know, Errol was kicking it, dog, and his speech wasn't flowing. You know what I'm saying? But Kell Brook, that was the fight. Lamont Peterson, I give him that too. I give him Lamont. Algieri, Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Errol. Yeah, let Errol be cocky, just like Shawn Porter was cocky and jumped in the ring against Danny Garcia, jumped in the face of Keith Thurman backstage. He did those things, and he put himself in a position to get that fight, get paid. So let Errol Spence do what he do. The only downfall for Errol Spence could be Errol Spence. Yeah. Errol Spence, only Errol Spence could beat Errol Spence at this point. Making bad decisions. I'm hoping that he's too headstrong. I know Jamel and Jamal, especially Jamel, wild boy. Jamel, Tank, Broner, them some wild boys, and Errol Spence is right there. But Errol Spence is no kid. He's a grown man, and Errol Spence been kicking it with those guys since the beginning. I'm sure he knows what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much they made. I need to look into that. But I'm more about the legacy, and I'm a big fan of those who are about their legacy. Bo Mack said that Errol Spence was undisciplined. You talking about outside the ring? That's BS. Let me tell you something. There's no way Errol Spence is undisciplined. The guy walk around at like 180 something, and he makes weight at 147 all the time. Not being disciplined is what Adrian Broner was when he couldn't make 140. When he was walking around bigger than me. PBC was true. Yeah, Shaq, I agree. No, you can't call a man undisciplined when he is considered the hardest worker. Everybody who's seen Errol Spence train, they say he's the hardest worker they've seen. Tank said on Instagram once that he was done with AB. And AB's best fight was the draw he had his last fight against what's his name again? This is really getting, the best thing AB, didn't he run down the hallway naked, starting out doing that whole 6'9" thing, saying that he's fast or whatever? AB is a personality. He needs to sit with me and do ShowBizz the adult with AB. Well, Bo Mack is doing his job, right? Bo Mack is doing his job. Bo Mack is trying to get under Errol Spence's skin, and he did it. Errol Spence sat there and wanted to talk for 8 minutes comparing his record to Terrence Crawford. He got under the skin. The thing is, though, Errol Spence is serious about his legacy, which is that's why he's so sensitive, you know. But Bo Mack is doing what he has to do. Everybody's doing what they got to do to build this fight, including Terrence Crawford. You know, Terrence Crawford, he had some contract issues. He took care of that. Now it's time for him to get busy at 147. Man, he said Errol sleeps Crawford in 7. Let's do it like this. If Errol Spence walks through Shawn Porter, I'm going to do it like this. This is the respect I have for Shawn Porter. This is the respect I have for Shawn Porter. If Errol Spence knocks out Shawn Porter, no one touches Errol Spence. True talk. And let me tell you why I say that. Let me tell you why I say that. Because Shawn Porter beat Danny Garcia. He was 3 punches away from beating Keith Thurman. Some people think he won that fight. He had a close fight with Kell Brook. If anybody walks through any of those guys, if Danny Garcia gets walked through, Keith Thurman gets walked, whoever walks through Shawn Porter or any of those guys cannot be touched at 147. The most dangerous thing that can happen is Errol Spence unifying at 147. Spence is about to fight. He's about to fight Porter. Understand this. These guys only have so much time of their prime. They got to do whatever they can within this time. So he's going to make the high-impact, easy fights to make first. Him against Shawn Porter is a great fight to make. And it's easy to make. Make that fight. Then you make the Keith Thurman fight. Keith Thurman and Errol Spence, they're all under the same guy. Right? Make the Keith Thurman fight. Terrence Crawford, like he said, is on the other side of the street. It's a harder fight to make. So instead of wasting time negotiating that fight, let that fight come. Put yourself in a position where you're the A side, where you can just make that fight come. Okay, BK, you make a great point. If Errol Spence beats Shawn Porter, gets the belt. Beats Keith Thurman, get the WBA belt. Beats Terrence Crawford, get the WBO. He better move up because the big fight is him against Canelo. No, Porter, he's not talking like a ducker, dog. You think Thurman beats all of them? Yeah, Spence versus Canelo is the big fight. That's the big fight. Especially if Canelo beats Triple G next week. Which, I want to say this. I'm going to be live streaming my commentary for the Triple G and Canelo fight next week as well. So stop by. You don't think Keith would be the same fighter? The other side of the street thing is true. Okay, so let's do it like this. This is the problem with us fans, and I want to check us fans. I want to check us. Okay. Canelo ain't stopping Triple G. I want to check us. You have people who really want the Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford fight. But do you want him to lose the opportunity to fight for the WBC belt so he can keep negotiating the Terrence Crawford thing? Do you want him to pass up fighting Keith Thurman or putting himself in a position to fight Keith Thurman? No. All these guys are going to fight each other. They're going to fight each other, especially if Errol Spence holding the belt, because Errol Spence is going to fight everybody. I got Canelo winning that fight, man. I got him. He can do more of what he was doing the last fight. Spencer and Bud is happening. It's going to happen. They're talking now. They're talking too much junk for. They're talking to fight up. Money-wise, it's going to happen. Yeah, LT. Hey, man, welcome to the room, man. I was saying the same thing. Dominic, what's going on, man? Yeah, 2020, something like that. It's gonna happen. I don't know, man. LDBC, man. Salute to you guys. Salute to you guys, man. So here's the thing about I wonder if LDBC is going to pump the brakes a little bit on Shawn Porter being afraid of Errol Spence. That's the other side of the street thing. No? So LT, you didn't respect the way Shawn Porter responded to Errol Spence when Errol Spence jumped in the ring? Oh, Will, I don't play on Twitch yet. Not in the press conference. I think you're being a little too critical. I'm not sure. Um, well, I think you guys being a little too critical in the LDBC a little bit. Um, I think Shawn Porter, he appropriate. He said that him and Errol Spence was going to be the easiest fight to make. He told Errol Spence he'll see him soon. He put that out in the universe, just like Canelo did with Triple G, and they ended up fighting. I think as fans, we have the tendency to point the finger too soon. You know what I'm saying? So let's pump the brakes on it a little bit and see what's going on. Porter sounds fearless. Go back and listen. I'll listen. But I don't want to listen so much. Okay, look. Check this out. You can get to the point where you just want to be right, or you can get to the point where um, you can discredit a fighter so much that you kind of don't like. This is what I mean. Kenny Porter and Shawn Porter proved me wrong last night, and I have to just admit it. I think Porter also proved that he's willing to fight Errol Spence last night. Because Errol Spence, Danny Garcia was, according to the Porters, Danny Garcia was avoiding him. He don't need the same energy with Errol Spence. Errol Spence is there. It wouldn't make sense for him to be like, hey, don't duck me. Errol Spence is right there. There's no sense to just make the fight. With them two, there's none of that. There's no sense to do it. It's real recognized real. They need to sell the fight. The fans love drama. One of them is going to be the bad guy. Okay? So, Shawn Porter was the bad guy in the Danny Garcia and Shawn Porter thing. Who knows? Errol Spence may end up being a bad guy for this fight. It seems like Shawn Porter isn't going to say much. Errol Spence may be the bad guy. Think about how Errol Spence was trash talking TC. Errol Spence may take the bad guy role. Kenny Porter, absolutely. Spence is not a bad guy, but he may take that role up. Shawn Porter isn't a bad guy. He isn't, but he took the bad guy role. I've seen that happen many times just to sell the fight. Ali was more of a bad guy with Frazier. He was calling him a gorilla and stuff like that. So he had to sell the fight. You know what I'm saying? Which Ali was a great man. You know what I mean? So Errol Spence may have to take that. Because both is true. He has to talk. Let's see what happens. We can't say he's afraid the night of the fight when he says he's going to make the Errol Spence fight. Let's wait. Let's give him a second. Let's give a few weeks. Let's see how they talking. Who was the bad guy for Ocampo? You didn't need one. You didn't need one. Exactly. If ticket sales are slow, one of them going to take that reign up. And like someone said, it may be Kenny Porter. Okay. Okay, how about this though? It's easy for Spence to look like the bad guy by association. What if he baits Adrian Broner in to talk junk? Adrian Broner hates Shawn Porter, right? He hates Shawn Porter. And Adrian Broner and Errol Spence are like this. He can easily be right beside Errol Spence running off at the Gipper, selling the fight. Charlos too. Charlos, they got mad miles. They can easily, you can easily make this fight really, really bad. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, I know, man, but that's the truth, dog. It was, the braids were tight on the kitchen at first, man. I saw so much kitchen exposed with each punch. it looked like he had a taper, like he had his braid. He had cornrows, but by the end of the fight, he had a cornrow taper. True. I think you're good. Vegas or Dallas? Let's go Vegas. He had a Hey, I'm gonna put this out there. Ace 87. 87. If you can hear me right now, 87, say what's up. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. All right, 87, what up? Check this out. In the vet, you left your wallet. When we went out, check your pockets, check your house. When we went out the other night, you left your wallet. Okay, whatever you want. Check for your wallet, and you left your movie card. So, back to the shag and the cornrows. What's wrong with y'all, man? Why you got? I tried to be serious. I tried to have a serious conversation. And now you guys talking about how Danny Garcia turned that cornrow into a bang. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, so bottom line, because I gotta eat. And it's great talking to all my show business partners, man. I gotta eat, but here's the bottom line that I want to say. I love Shawn Porter. I give him mad respect for beating Danny Garcia and the way he responded to Errol Spence. Errol Spence, you know, I got mad respect, mad love for him. I like what BK. I like what he had to say about Terrence Crawford checking his resume and the way he's being more boisterous and coming out there jumping in the ring. Much respect to him. Keith, one more time, Thurman, please come back. Be the monster you once was. But sorry, but saying that you're gonna fight Pacquiao makes you look worse. Also, saying that you had the winner between Danny Garcia and Shawn Porter makes you look delusional. come back and just say you're going to get your WBC belt back and take the fight of whoever has the WBC belt after you get your warm-up in. The best fight out there to me is Errol Spence against Canelo. I think Errol Spence probably beats them all, but I do agree that Terrence Crawford is the hardest fight to make. All right? So, all right then, people. Mad love for showing up once again. Next week, I'm going to be doing commentary live of the Triple G and Canelo fight. Show up. If a bunch of people are showing up telling me to show the fight, I can't do it, man. I'm not trying to get my channel, just shut down. I'm not trying to have that. But mad love, thanks for showing up, man. Thanks for being show business partners. And we're going to keep doing our thing. And look out for more updates for Hard Knock Nights Live. And mad respect, man, and mad love to Samuel Vargas for showing and proving with a great performance and being entertaining against Amir Khan. ShowBizz the adult. I'm out. Huh.